The Beatles, one of the most iconic bands in history, not only left an indelible mark on music, but their personal lives have been equally fascinating to fans around the world. The Fab Four, John Lennon, Paul McCartney, George Harrison, and Ringo Starr may have changed the course of music history, but they also had their fair share of family dynamics, including raising children. Over the years, their children have led lives in the public eye, with some pursuing careers in music, art, and business. With 15 children between them, ranging from biological to adopted and stepchildren, each has carved their own path in the world. So, what are they all up to now? Let's take a closer look. John Lennon's first son, Julian Lennon, was born in 1963 to his first wife, Cynthia Lennon. Growing up in the shadow of his famous father, Julian had a complex relationship with him, especially after John's divorce from Cynthia and his subsequent marriage to Yoko Ono. Like his iconic father, Julian, now 62, went on to become a successful musician, releasing 7 studio albums. His debut, 1985's Veloute, earned him a Grammy nomination for Best New Artist. He is also a film producer, photographer, and children's book author. Julian does not have any children of his own, and has stated that his difficult relationship with his dad discouraged him from having kids. Julian said he was angry about the neglect. "I felt he was a hypocrite. Dad could talk about peace and love to the world, but that peace and love never came home to me." John's second son, Sean Ono Lennon, was born in 1975 to John's second wife, Yoko Ono. Following in the footsteps of his famous dad, Sean, now 49, has lent his talents as a musician and producer to a number of high-profile groups, as well as boasting his own solo music material. He has been a member of many bands including Cibo Matto, The Ghost of a Saber-Toothed Tiger, the Claypool Lennon Delirium, and his parents' group Plastic Ono Band, and also has 2 solo albums under his belt, Into the Sun and Friendly Fire. Sean, as Julian, also doesn't have any kids. Julian told an interviewer in 1985 that Sean always adored his older brother because he was a physical resemblance of their dad. Despite a strained relationship growing up, they are good friends now. People talk about them as if they were enemies, and there was a lot of pain, and a lot of that was very public, but not anymore. Kyoko Chan Cox is the daughter of Yoko Ono from her previous marriage to American film producer Anthony Cox, and is considered a stepchild of John Lennon. Shockingly, Yoko lost custody of her daughter when she was just 8 years old, and Kyoko vanished with her father to join a cult called Church of the Living Word. Yoko and her daughter weren't reunited until 1994, when Kyoko was 31. Kyoko works as a teacher and is married to a lawyer. With the most children of all the Beatles, next on is Paul McCartney, having a son, 4 daughters, and a stepson. Heather McCartney is the daughter of Linda McCartney from her first marriage to Joseph Melville C. Jr., but Paul adopted her when he married Linda in 1969. Heather was raised alongside Paul's biological children and became an integral part of the McCartney family. Like many of the Beatles' offspring, she's found a creative career and is best known for her work in pottery. She showed an interest in art at a young age, taking up printing at the photographer's workshop in Covent Garden at the height of her father's fame. She's also traveled to Mexico, where she lived among natives of the Huichol and Tarahumara tribes, and spent time in Arizona to live with her biological father. Following in her mother's footsteps, she's also a vegetarian and animal rights activist, but shuns the public eye. Mary McCartney, born in 1969, is Paul and Linda McCartney's first biological child. Like her father, Mary followed a creative path, but instead of music, she pursued a career in photography. Mary has become a well-respected photographer, known for her portraits of famous figures, including the Queen of England, and has had her work exhibited in galleries around the world. Mary is married to her second husband, director Sam Abood, and has 4 sons with her first husband, Alistair Donald. She's a global ambassador for Meat Free Monday and Green Monday. Stella McCartney, born in 1971, is the second daughter of Paul and Linda. Stella became one of the world's leading fashion designers, known for her commitment to sustainability and cruelty-free clothing. After graduating from Central St. Martin's College of Art and Design in London, Stella launched her own fashion label in 2001. Her brand is recognized for its innovative designs and ethical approach to fashion. In addition to her work in fashion, Stella has expanded her brand to include fragrances and skincare products. She's also a vocal advocate for animal rights and environmental issues, following in her mother's footsteps in supporting causes close to her heart. She is married to Alastair Willis and has 4 kids. James McCartney, born in 1977, is the youngest of Paul and Linda's children. Growing up surrounded by music, it's no surprise that James followed in his father's footsteps and became a musician. After several years of working behind the scenes, James released his debut single Available Light in 2010 before releasing his first album Me in 2013 and his second, The Blackberry Train, in 2016, both co-produced by his father. His music blends rock, pop, and folk influences, and although he hasn't achieved the same level of fame as his father, he's garnered a loyal fan base. Previously asked if a new Beatles could happen including the offspring of the Fab Four, he said, "Yeah, hopefully, naturally. I don't know. You'd have to wait and see. The will of God, nature's support, I guess. So, yeah, maybe." Beatrice McCartney is Paul's daughter with his second wife, former model and animal rights activist Heather Mills, after Linda McCartney died of cancer in 1998. Born in 2003, Beatrice has mostly stayed out of the limelight. Paul has been very protective of her privacy, ensuring she has a normal upbringing away from the media frenzy that surrounded her parents' highly publicized divorce in 2008. It is thought Beatrice, who is now a student, can play the saxophone, and when she was younger wanted to become a marine biologist, rather than follow in her father's musical career. Arlen Blakeman is the son of Paul McCartney's third wife, vice president of the family-owned transportation business Nancy Shevell, and her first husband, the attorney and politician Bruce Blakeman. Born in 1991, Arlen was 19 when his mother married Sir Paul in 2011. According to his LinkedIn profile, the law graduate has interned at Universal Music Group and currently works as an associate attorney at a Florida-based law firm. Are you still with us? George Harrison had just one child. Dhani Harrison was born in 1978 to George and his second wife, Olivia Harrison. He was educated at public school and later studied physics and design at Brown University in the US. His first job was as an aerodynamicist for British sports car company McLaren. He left when his father died of lung cancer in 2001. In short, he had seemingly done everything he could to not be a musician, but finally he succumbed, launching a musical career in 2006, playing lead guitar and vocals with rock band Then You Know Too, saying in a previous interview, "It's in the DNA, I guess." Dhani doesn't have kids as of now, and the last one is Ringo Starr with his 2 sons, daughter, and 2 stepkids. Zach Starkey, born in 1965, is the son of Ringo Starr and his first wife, Liverpool hairdresser Maureen Cox. Following his parents' divorce in 1975, 10-year-old Zach was given his first professional drum kit by his godfather, Keith Moon of The Who, and took over the late Moon's role in the band in the mid-90s. He has also played with his father's group, Ringo's All-Star Band, and in April 2006, he joined Oasis as their drummer. At the age of 19, he married Sarah Menedikes, and they have a daughter, musician Tatia. Jason Starkey, born in 1967, is Ringo Starr's second son from his marriage to Maureen. Having once pursued a career as a drummer, Jason is now a photographer. He has had hard teenage years, being caught stealing a car stereo at 19 and appearing in court twice on drugs charges. He once said, "Being Ringo Starr's son is the biggest drag of my life. It's a total pain." Jason and his wife, fashion designer Flora Evans, are parents to 3 sons. Lee Starkey, born in 1970, was the third and final child between Ringo and Maureen. Lee worked at Tower Records before briefly enrolling in drama school. Just a year after her mother's death, Lee collapsed and was diagnosed with a brain tumor that she had to fight twice. She co-founded a Los Angeles boutique called Planet Alice for 60s-inspired fashion. But following the closure of the business and having ditched her plans for a career in music, she went on to become a makeup artist and has been known to dabble with fashion design. In 2009, she gave birth to triplets with her boyfriend, the Kasabian guitarist Jay Mailer. Yanni and Francesca Gregorini are the stepchildren of Ringo Starr, from his second marriage to actress Barbara Bach. The brother and sister, born to Barbara from a previous relationship with actor and director Augusto Gregorini, have pursued careers in entertainment. Francesca is a director, screenwriter, and musician, while Gianni has worked in fashion and design. Though they have occasionally appeared in the media, both have remained relatively private compared to their famous stepfather. The 15 children of the Beatles, biological, adopted, and stepchildren, have all forged unique paths in life, though they remain connected by the legacy of their famous parents. That is all. Tell us what you think.